On a business trip to the Orient, Joe decided to spend his last night having wild sex with a geisha girl. Upon returning home 3 weeks later, he noticed a very weird green festering sore growing on his penis. Well, he went to the doctor, and Dr. Jones, who, after hearing of his Orient trip and extracurricular activities, told him that he had the Hong Kong dong. The only cure was a complete amputation. Well, Joe was horrified and decided to get a second opinion. Joe contacted Dr. Smith and showed him the green growth. Dr. Smith said, "I'm sorry, but Dr. Jones is correct. We must amputate right away." Well, Joe just couldn't accept it. His friend suggested that he visit an Oriental doctor. They must deal with this stuff all the time. So he went to Dr. Wong. Well, Dr. Wong agreed with the diagnosis of Hong Kong dong, but he said these American doctors are so quick to chop, chop, chop. Amputation's not necessary. Well, Joe was definitely relieved. Dr. Wong said, "You just wait 3 weeks. It'll fall off on its own." "Lad, look out there to the field. Do you see that fence? Look how well it's built. I built that fence stone by stone with my own 2 hands, piled it for months. But do they call me McGregor the fence builder? No." Then the old man gestured at the bar. "Look here at the bar. See how smooth and just it is? I planed this surface down with my own aching back and carved the wood with me own hard labor for 8 days. But do they call me McGregor the bar builder? No." Then the old man points out the window. "Ah, laddie, look out at the sea. Do you see that pier that stretches out as far as the eye can see? Well, I built that pier with the sweat off me back. I nailed it board by board. But do they call me McGregor the pier builder? No." Then the old man looks around nervously, trying to make sure no one's paying attention. "But you fuck one goat." A hot-looking blonde walks into a casino and wanders up to one of the craps tables. She looks at the two handlers and says, "I want to bet $25,000. It's all the money I have. The only request is that I play topless. I found this is the only way that provides me the best luck at winning." Well, the two men agree and watch anxiously as the woman unbuttons her blouse, removes it, takes off her bra, and puts the money down on the table and rolls the dice. As the dice stop, she starts jumping up and down and screaming, "I won! I won!" She gathers her winnings, puts all the chips in her bag, puts on her shirt, and walks out. The two men at the table look at each other. One asks the other, "So, what did she roll?" The other man says, "I don't know. I thought you were watching." A guy goes into a bar with a pet octopus and says, "I bet $50 that no one here has a musical instrument this octopus can't play." Well, the people in the bar look around and someone fetches out an old guitar. The octopus has a look, picks it up, tunes up the strings, and starts playing the guitar. Well, the octopus's owner pockets the $50. Next guy comes up with the trumpet. Octopus takes the horn, loosens up the keys, licks its lips, and starts playing a jazz solo. The guy hands over another $50 to the owner. Well, the bar owner's been watching all of this and disappears out back. He came back a few moments later with a set of bagpipes under his arm. He put them on the bar and says to the guy, "Now, if your octopus can play this, I'll give you $100. Well, the octopus takes a look at the bagpipes, lifts it up, turns it over, has another look from another angle. Puzzled, the octopus's owner comes over and says, "What are you wasting your time for? Hurry up and play the damn thing." The octopus says, "Play it? If I can work out how to get its pajamas off, I'm gonna screw it." Two drunken salesmen knock loudly at the door of a convent until one of the rudely awakened nuns answers the door, says, "May I help you?" The larger of the two salesmen slurs his words, says, "Do you have any midget nuns?" The nun, taken aback, answers, "No, we don't." Well, the large salesman says, "Are you sure?" The nun answers again, "Yes, we don't have any midget nuns." Well, the large salesman demands to speak to the Mother Superior and creates such a ruckus that Mother Superior shows up at the door. The large salesman asks her, do you know of any other convents around here that has a midget nun?" Mother Superior answers, "No, we don't have one. I don't know any, and I'm quite sure there are none in the area, as I know each of the nuns from all of the convents. So please, tell us what this is all about." At this point, the larger salesman turns to the smaller one, slaps him, and yells, "You see? I told you so. You fucked up penguin, you drunk bastard." A woman has a dog who snores in his sleep. She goes to the vet to see if he can help. Well, the vet tells the woman to tie a ribbon around the dog's testicles and he'll stop snoring. Well, a few hours after going to bed, the dog is snoring as usual. Finally, she goes into the closet and gets a piece of ribbon, ties it around the dog's testicles, and sure enough, the dog stops snoring. The woman's amazed. Well, later that night, her husband returns home drunk from being out with his buddies. He climbs into bed, falls asleep, and he begins snoring pretty loud. Well, the woman thinks maybe the ribbon will work on him, so she goes to the closet again, grabs a piece of ribbon, and ties it around his testicles. Amazingly, it works. He stops snoring and the woman falls asleep. The next morning, the husband wakes up very hungover, stumbles into the bathroom to do his business, and he's standing in front of the toilet. He looks in the mirror and sees a blue ribbon attached to his scrotum. He's a little confused. He walks back into the bedroom and sees a red ribbon attached to the dog's scrotum. He looks at the dog and says, "Boy, I don't remember what the hell happened last night, but wherever you and I were, we got first and second place." A golfer was on vacation in Ireland, and while playing, he made a hole-in-one. With that, a leprechaun jumped out from the trees and says, "I'm the lucky leprechaun of the 13th hole. I'll grant you any wish." Well, the player thought for a bit and said, "Could you make my penis a bit larger?" Well, by the time he got to the 14th tee, it was showing below his shorts. He continued his game, and on the 15th hole, it was dragging along behind him. By the 18th, he could hardly make it up to the green. Well, he went straight up to the pro shop and asked the pro how to fix it. Well, he was told that legend has it, you must go back and make another ace to see the leprechaun again. Well, after purchasing 5 buckets of balls, he made his way back to the 13th and frantically began hitting shot after shot until finally he made a hole-in-one. Again, the leprechaun offered any wish. The player asked, "Could you make my legs a bit longer?" A flea had oiled up his little flea legs and his little flea arms and was soaking up the Miami sun when an old flea friend of his walked by. "Oscar, what happened to you?" asked the first flea when he saw how terrible his friend looked. Runny nose, red eyes, teeth chattering. "Well, I got a ride down here and some biker's mustache nearly froze my nuts off," wheezed Oscar. "Let me give you a tip, old pal," said the first flea. "Go to the stewardess lounge at the airport, get up on a toilet seat, and when a stewardess comes in, hop on for a nice warm ride. Got it?" Well, a month later, while stretched out on the beach, the flea saw Oscar again looking more chilled and miserable. "I did everything you said," Oscar explained. "I went to the stewardess lounge, made a perfect landing, got right in there, and got warm and cozy that I dozed right off." So, what happened next? Well, next thing I know, I'm back on that guy's mustache again. A lady approaches her priest and tells him, "Father, I have a problem. I have 2 female talking parrots, but they only know how to say one thing." "Well, what do they say?" the priest asked. "Well, they only know how to say, 'Hi, we're prostitutes. Want to have some fun?'" "Well, that's terrible," the priest said, "but I have a solution to your problem. Bring your 2 female parrots over to my house, and I'll put them with my 2 male talking parrots, who I taught how to pray and read the Bible. My parrots will teach your parrots to stop saying the terrible phrase, and they'll learn the praise and worship." "Well, thank you," the woman responded. The next day, the woman brings her female parrots to the priest's house. His 2 male parrots are holding rosary beads and praying in their cage. The lady puts her 2 female parrots in with the male parrots and says, "Hi, we're prostitutes. Want to have some fun?" One male parrot looks over at the other male parrot and exclaims, "Put the beads away. Our prayers have been answered." An elderly couple wander into the local sex therapist's office and tell the doctor that they would like to have him watch them make love and give them a little advice. Well, the old couple gets comfortable, makes love, and when it's all over, the doctor tells them he doesn't see anything wrong with what they're doing. He charges them the $40 fee and then sends them on their way. A week later, the same couple return with the same question. They get comfortable, make love again, and the doctor says, "Look, there's no problem here." Charges them the $40 and they leave. Before they open the door, the doctor says, "I don't see anything wrong with the lovemaking. Why do you keep coming back?" Well, the old man says, "Well, we can't do it down at the retirement center. The Holiday Inn's $100. You only charge $40 a session, and I get $20 back from Medicare."